It's impossible not to know by now.
Mm-hmm.
But Shannon Sharpe is being sued for SA,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got a post here from the Shade Room. Uh, and I'm just going to read what the caption says, and then I'll read what the screen says.
Mm-hmm.
It says Shannon Sharpe announces he's stepping down from his position at ESPN after being hit with a $50 million SA lawsuit. They don't say SA. I'm saying SA because of YouTube. And all
Mm-hmm.
the rules, damn it. As previously reported, a young woman under the pseudonym Jane Doe is accusing Sharpe of R word, A word, SA, and more in a new lawsuit. She got the whole alphabet in here, okay, folks? She's demanding $50 million in damages, alleging that Sharpe recorded their hanky-panky encounters without her knowledge and engaged in unprotected, hanky-panky with her, despite her efforts to get him to stop or wear a hat. Not that kind of hat like my co-host. The kind of hat you wear in the bedroom. Since news of the lawsuit broke, the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, has released 2 audio recordings of alleged conversations between the plaintiff and Sharpe. In the recording, a man's voice can be heard saying that he planned to... Oh, I can't read that on YouTube. Y'all can look it up. Sharpe and his legal team maintain that the lawsuit is an attempt at a shakedown. That's the caption. Now to Shannon Sharpe's words here himself. Shannon Sharpe says, "My statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe." There it is, folks. That is the news as we have come to deliver it. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese.
I was actually trying to figure out when NFL preseason is. That's that's why I was looking at my phone, but I was just curious. He seems pretty he sounded pretty sure of that timeline. So I was just curious what kind of timeline we're really talking about here. Although I don't think that that's really for him to decide.
It's probably what him and ESPN have put on paper as like a pending return.
Has preseason started already?
No.
Or is this an old... Oh, this is
No,
from
preseason has not started.
So
Preseason
preseason
usually
started somewhere like
starts
August, September? September?
August.
Okay.
August.
And we're now in April, so he's expecting to be back 4 months time. Just
It's
about.
probably what him and ESPN feel is enough time to deal with the situation.
Right. Well, whenever one of these things come up, it's always an unfortunate moment. I think maybe, from what I could tell, like this story has been exploding, like from
Yep.
one day to the next. It's more information coming out by the day. So I think he's right in saying that it's disruptive. So them having to reassess his role on ESPN right now makes sense, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
very much so how, it doesn't have to be this sort of situation, but remember when TJ Holmes and what was the lady's name? I don't even remember the lady's name. But similar
That
situation where
that Good Morning America stuff.
the Good Morning America stuff happened. It was just like these people are on TV every day.
Right,
And it was becoming distracting. That was the only thing that people could think about.
right.
So I totally understand. And actually, same umbrella, both under Disney. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
it was not said in that post, but Disney is supposed to be doing some sort of investigation. I saw something
right.
posted about that as well.
Yeah. So, it's probably best that he takes some time away while all of this is happening so that, ESPN can get back to their day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see how it all plays out. But those are my thoughts.
As far as him stepping down from ESPN for now, probably the smarter move on his part. Whether it was forced or not, we don't know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's saying electing to, but that could just be PR wording stuff.
Yeah.
But it is probably the smarter move for him, so he can deal with the things he needs to deal with and not be um, scrutinized, criticized, uh, ostracized, oldicized while he's on TV every day. Um, I could also imagine that it would be challenging to be on TV regularly discussing certain topics while this is
Mm-hmm.
going on. Um,
Absolutely.
I'm curious what's going to happen with Nightcap, what's going to happen with Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Me
anything
too.
about those things yet. I am curious about that. Very curious why the woman chose Tony Busby as her attorney after what just happened with Jay Z and Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. That's just my brain. Not who I would
That's a
have
good
chose at this
question.
moment. Yeah, not who I would have chose at this moment.
Yeah. No. Neither would I.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk too much about the legalities. We already said off pod, we're not going to get too much into that. We're just going to talk about what's going on. So, yeah, that's what's going on. There's a 13-page uh, lawsuit filed. It's out there. People are breaking it down and reading it and whatnot. Shannon Sharpe has also responded multiple times. He's also leaked text messages, quote unquote. He has challenged the audio, which you could tell is very edited without really trying to figure out if it's edited or not. There's a lot of weird stuff surrounding this case already, and this case has only existed for a few days. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. Uh, it doesn't look good for either one of them, in my opinion. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I think you're right about that.
yep.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens. I am very curious about what happens with Club Shay Shay. More so than Nightcap, because Nightcap does have another host. So I think that's probably an easier, if they needed to pivot,
Uh,
it's probably easier to pivot with something like that than something he does himself solo, you know. Also, Club Shay Shay is an interview based show.
yeah.
And if people are not wanting their names to be associated with something like this, he may start to see some challenges booking interviews.
Yeah. That's why I said I'm curious.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Hmm.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I don't, I guess we'll see.